All right, well, let's begin then. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. We haven't seen you all in a while. It's nice to have a Members Connect call. Today is going to be an overview of, for new members, we'll overview the profile. We'll talk about convention recap and a little about IGLTA. So I'm going to turn it over to Austin to begin.
Cool. Thanks, Kristen. Yeah, just give me 1 second to share my PowerPoint slides here. This. Okay, how do I turn on presenting mode? Let's see. Well, let me do one thing. Let's try that again. All right. Well, meanwhile, while I'm trying to share and go into present mode. I don't even know. I think it's there we go. Can everyone see the slides?
Yes.
Good. Yes. Okay. Perfect. So thanks, Kristen. My name's Austin Mata. If I don't know you, I'm IGLTA's marketing manager. And today, normally we do these calls once a month for new members. It's a little bit of a kind of an onboarding if you're joining the association. But this month we thought we would mix it up a little bit and sort of combine a new members connect session as well as welcome any existing members who just want to kind of go over the convention recap that we just had in Atlanta, particularly if you weren't able to join. So we'll do a little bit of that. So it'll be a bit of an intro. So some of it might be repeat stuff if you're an existing member, but if you're new to the game, hopefully we'll teach you a little bit about who we are as an association and what we do, particularly with regards to our convention. So just a quick overview. I'll give you just kind of the high level overview of IGLTA. We'll talk a little bit more about Members Connect and how you can actually use that as a tool to learn more about the benefits and features, learn a little bit about networking, and then I'll talk a little bit about Atlanta, our convention that we just had, and brief you on Milan, which is coming up next year. So I hope you all know who IGLTA is because you're on this call. But so for those of you who don't know, we were founded in 1983. So we're going on 38 years old, which is really, really great for an LGBT organization. So, you know, really, you can read the mission statement here, but the way I always describe it to just keep it simple is, you know, we're in the business of making LGBT travel as safe as possible and welcoming, you know, in every place around the world. So I always say until, you know, the very last country, you know, makes it, you know, legal to be who we are and doesn't discriminate, there's going to be a need for the work that we do as an association. So just talking a little bit about sort of the numbers and stats of who we are. So from a consumer standpoint, every year we reach about 4 million unique individuals around the world throughout our consumer campaigns, whether that's on social media, our website views, our email newsletter, things like that. On the B2B side, we have about 11,000 contacts in the tourism industry. Let me see if I can hide this. I can see, there we go. And overall, our membership is represented in over 80 countries around the world. So I know I saw Israel here. I'm based in Spain. We've got France on the call, and you know, probably about 77 other countries represented. So, and within those 80 countries, we have 18 membership development representatives. So those are folks in different countries who really kind of represent IGLTA in their territory and help to kind of onboard new members. And then talking about staff, so speaking of myself and my team, I know there's about 4 or 5 of them on the call. We represent ourselves actually 8 different countries. So we are a very international team, even though our office was based in Fort Lauderdale. We don't have a physical office anymore. So we've become really accustomed to these. Switch here to the next slide. So just a little bit about who our membership is. Really anyone within the LGBT community business can actually be a member, but of course we're really focused on the tourism and particularly the leisure side. So, you know, most of our membership falls within one of these 6 categories. We have some others, but I would say probably 80% falls within accommodations, airlines, destinations and DMOs, media, tour operators or travel advisors and cruise lines. We obviously have some exceptions. There's some you know, event organizers and different types of chambers and things like that. But this is sort of the core of who our membership is. So I want to talk a little bit about IGLTA Members Connect. So for those of you who have been a member for a while, you'll recall that we had this thing that was called a global pandemic, which we're still in, unfortunately. But one of the great things that came out of that pandemic was really the need to kind of have more and more contact while we are all in lockdown, right? While we are all wondering what the heck was going on with tourism. So out of the ashes, I guess, of the pandemic, unfortunately, we created this. I think it actually started weekly, really in the heat of the lockdowns, just as a touch point to kind of connect with everyone. But as we've kind of moved on, and started the recovery, we've been doing this for new members monthly, where we essentially get on Zoom once a month with new folks who have joined the association. And we try to do a little bit of an orientation and onboarding just to help people understand what the benefits are of the association, how you can use IGLTA to grow your business, how you can use our website and marketing channels to get more consumer outreach and things like that. So in this particular call, we're not going to go over in detail some of the website and the marketing items, but I will say that we do those calls monthly. So if you can join next month or the following month, you'll learn in detail how to build out your website profile, how can you can use our features to post different events and tours and special offers that you might offer in your region or for your business. So I would definitely recommend that you join one of those calls, or for some reason you can't join one. If you go to the link at the bottom of the slides, it's really easy to remember. It's just iglta.org/members-connect. And you'll find YouTube recordings of previous sessions. So we tend to repeat about 3 or 4 of similar sessions. So, if you attended every single session, within a quarter, you would kind of get sort of the 101 and the 202, the intro. So you can join one of the upcoming calls, or you can actually go back and watch one of the YouTube videos or multiple for that. And then in addition to the new member Connect, we do probably, I would say, about once every 2 months, we do an all members Connect session where we focus on really educational sessions. We have panels. We invite different types of industry speakers to really go over topics. We've had folks from Google give a travel overview. We've had some marketing panels, which was our recent one before the convention, and just different types of opportunities for continuing education. So we encourage you to take advantage of those member Connect sessions. So anyone, new member or existing member, veterans, in fact, I know there's a few veterans on here. We do have a lot of marketing benefits that are included with your membership. So things like use of the IGLTA website, posting events, tours, and specials will help get your business and the products more visibility on our website. And we have a series of about 40 different travel guides on our website. And those travel guides feature both destinations, but also things like travel safety and things like that. But from the destination side, if you post an event or a tour or your business profile and you happen to be based in Israel, like Russell is, that information will be pulled into the Israel guide. Or if I'm based in Spain, for example, and I was a tour operator, I could post tours on the website, and then anyone browsing our travel guide to Spain would see the different tours. So again, you can learn more about how to do that in a separate session or just get in contact with us. And of course, some of the other benefits that are really useful. All members get use of the IGLTA logo to use on your marketing materials, whether in print or online. Members can contribute to our travel blog and also take advantage of our Travel Out Newswire distribution service, which is if you have a press release and want to get that out, we have over 350 journalists and freelancers and media editors that have opted in to receive that. So these are all folks that report and write on LGBT tourism. So it's an opt-in list. It's really, really, really maybe small compared to other large sort of mainstream lists, but given the niche of our industry, it's a really powerful tool. We of course have some paid marketing opportunities if you have a budget, but I always recommend doing the free ones first to make sure you're getting the most out of it. But we can certainly help. Spread the word more if you have a budget. And of course, the new members Connect. You can learn all about how to use all these things on this slide in one of those sessions, or just get in touch with one of us on staff, and we'll get you in touch with our membership department who can walk you through that and send you some information. So one of the main reasons we wanted to get everyone together this week is to talk a little bit about Atlanta. For those of you who were lucky enough to be able to join us in Atlanta, thank you. If unfortunately you weren't able to join us because of a border closure or whatever the reason, we're sorry to have missed you. Luckily, we do this every year. So we have one in Milan coming up, which we'll talk about. But I did just want to quickly hit a couple of bullet points here. So it was last September in Atlanta, and we actually had 400 attendees from 27 countries, which to me is pretty incredible and amazing given the fact that the US was basically banning Europe and South Africa and Brazil and India and a lot of different countries. So for those folks that actually got into the country, well done and thank you for coming. But one of the things we actually really put a lot of effort in is to make sure we had best in class safety protocols. So masks were required at all the events. We had COVID testing on site. We even had vaccine distribution. So if you hadn't had a vaccine, you could get that done. So really kind of went above and beyond to make sure everyone felt comfortable and we had a safe environment. So it was a great event. We continued with our buyer supplier marketplace. I think we had more than 50 attendees participating. And just one of the highlights is I think this is the most we've ever raised for the foundation at Voyage, which is our annual fundraiser, about 70,000 US dollars. And I'm just going to quickly share an infographic here. If I can figure out how to zoom in. Here we go. All right. So yeah, so just some highlights here. I mentioned the numbers. We had 28 LGBT welcoming convention sponsors. So we obviously can't make our convention happen without the sponsors. So our IGLTA honors happens again every year. This year we honored the mayor of Atlanta, as well as Arnie Swarmson, the former CEO of Marriott, as well as Matt Scalarud, and a few other folks here, Black Pride and Kisham Pines as part of the honors. We had a really great think tank as part of the IGLTA Foundation hosted by King and Spalding there in Atlanta. An amazing event at Voyage. The fundraiser was at the Delta Flight Museum. We had more than 100 attendees, and of course, I mentioned $70,000. So if you were there, awesome. Thanks for supporting the foundation. This was the first year that we partnered with the Treadway Foundation to give out the Impact Award, which was given to Out in Columbia. So that was a highlight. We had 36 different media outlets and freelancers everywhere from the US and Europe, Canada, LATAM, UK. I don't know how UK and Europe got in, but somehow they managed, they figured it out. So we were really appreciative for that. And overall on social media, one of the coolest things about our convention is IGLTA doesn't do actually a lot of posting, but our members do. So more than 1,000 social media posts generated more than 6 million impressions and reached 1.6 million individual people. So our members actually really kind of share their experience and really just promote the convention for us. It's really amazing. So let me just move on here. So one of the quick things I wanted to share with you here is we do a survey every year after our convention. And I just thought this was a really, it's kind of a powerful slide. We ask our members why they actually attend our convention. And really every year this comes back with a very, very similar response. Number one is always networking. So our in-person event, it was the first event many of us had in about 2 years. So really just getting together, with friends and coworkers, and then also meeting new people in the industry and just getting together to do business. And then of course at night to have fun. So, and then rounding up kind of number 2 and 3 is the education through, the different presentations and seminars and panels. And then followed by just simply marketing their business or destination or service. So those are really the top 3. And that's pretty consistent every year. So I guess the good news is if you unfortunately missed Atlanta, we do this every year. We were supposed to be in Milan actually in 2020. That of course got postponed and then eventually canceled. So we're lucky enough to be back there this coming year in October from the 26th to the 29th. I know Milan and the Italian tourism office is really excited. We've all waited a number of years for this to happen. So it'll be our 38th global convention. We hope to see as many of you there as possible. Actually, you can even register. Today, our registration is open. All you have to do is just put a $100 US dollar deposit. And one of the benefits, if you reserve now, is we're giving out a $75 Delta Airlines credit, which you can use for business or even personal use. Discount on the marketplace registration, extended early bird pricing through June. And we'll even enter you into a giveaway to win 2 free voyage tickets. So if you're thinking about attending, you can visit the link there, IGLTAconvention.org, or our website. You can sign up already. It's about a year away, but we're happy to get you on the list and start thinking about next year. So that's really all I had for today's session. So if anyone has any questions, we're happy to answer. We're here for another 20 minutes, or I'm sorry, 10 minutes, I think. So it's kind of free, open time for questions, or if anyone wants just to chat, this is the opportunity.
Well, thanks, Austin. That was a great presentation. Yeah, if anybody has any questions, or if anyone wants to talk about their experience at convention this year, that would be great. Feel free.
Maybe I'll start with the questions. So by a show of hands, who's planning on attending Milan? Ooh, that's a really good turnout. And some of you don't have your video on, so I'm just going to assume you have your hand up. Yeah, we're really excited for that. That's the only question I had.
I really look forward to Milan. It'll be great to see everybody. And finally, I look forward to seeing John and saying to him, John, why do you look so jet lagged? It was a 2.5-hour flight. What's your problem?
Yeah.
John has seen me in Florianopolis and Los Angeles and Chicago and New York, always in a zombie mood. Now the tables
well,
are
there was Antwerp and Madrid,
Antwerp, yes.
South Africa.
Cape Town. Wow, that was amazing. Yes.
But yeah, it wasn't the same without you.
Toronto.
Yeah, it wasn't the same without you in Atlanta, but we look forward to seeing everybody in Milano, but also at ITB and all the other events we do around the world throughout the year, all the different activations that we do. And at major events, we always try to gather together for a networking event. So just keep your eyes open on our newsletter for what events we're hosting around the world.
Yeah, definitely. I know this year Loan will be in WTM. I don't think there's an official organized event, but there might be something informal. I do Feed Tour in Madrid, which is in January. I think that'll probably be the first one where we do a return back to kind of normal, let's say, where we're doing a big event at AXO Hotel Madrid, and hopefully in Berlin things start to get back to normal too. So I think we're all looking forward to that.
If anyone's in Seville in 2 weeks in Spain for the Tourism Innovation Summit, hit me up. I'll be at that conference. Jared, you're probably going, right? Oh, you're not going. Okay.
And I'll be at IGLTA Cannes from 6 to 9 December as well.
Awesome.
Cool. Well, I guess maybe back to you, Kristen. If there's no questions, we can wrap up.
Okay, sounds good. Our next Member Connect call. Trying to open my calendar and that's not working. Let's see. Our next Member Connect call is going to be in December, and I'm sorry, November. I'm way ahead. I think we're going to do that one on November 18th. Stay tuned for information on that. That'll be up on our website. Thanks everybody for joining. We appreciate your time. And if you have any questions, you can email us to our general inbox at IGLTA.org. I'm sorry, IGLTA@IGLTA.org. And I'll get those emails and I'll look through them and send them off to the correct person. So any questions at all about being a new member, any of the benefits or convention or anything, just send the questions over to us.
Cool.
And if you have any specific topics you'd want us to cover, just let us know.
Yeah, and I'll quickly just point out, because I just saw her pop on, Ashley Slaughter, I think is how she pronounced her last name. So if you haven't met Ashley, she's relatively new to the team. She's our membership concierge. So you can see her waving there. So you'll start to see her name and probably be in contact with her. So that's Ashley. So thanks everyone. Thanks, Kristen.
Thanks everybody. And Paige, I